Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the WFO Racing League's Eighmey Contract and Truck Series. Wednesday night Eighmey Contract and Truck Series. You got Vern live in the booth, and I think Brazy's in here too. I don't know if he's at his computer, but I believe he's in here.
All right, I'm not sure why I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now? I wonder if the broadcast can hear me.
There we go.
Must have been on your end.
It was me.
All right. Yeah, it looks like the audio's going through on OBS, so I would say that the broadcast probably hears me loud and clear. And I think qualifying's over, Brazy.
Practice was over.
Oh, we're going
qualifying is right now.
Oh, gotcha. 5-minute qualifying. That's right. That would be why I started the broadcast 5 minutes early. Nope, probably did that shit by accident. All right, we're going to find a truck that may be headed out for qualifying. I don't know yet. The Busch Light Apple truck right here. It's going to be Tommy Haynes driving a 17. I missed a call from that feller this morning, but I was a little occupied, busy, so couldn't pick it up. I think he was going to tell me he was rocking this new paint job, Brazy. Because this is a different looking 17 truck than we've seen. A little bit different paint scheme here for the Busch Latte truck. I had somebody offer me one of those Busch Light apples today.
Really?
Yeah. It was in the middle of the day. I'm like, I can't do that. That turns to bad things, Brazy. Start drinking before noon, there's something wrong, man. Got some problems.
Well, that's just called Wisconsin.
Oh, that's Wisconsin, huh? I think it's the rest of the country. B&B, good to see you there in the chat tonight. Welcome back for your second night of WFO action this week. I thought last night's broadcast went good, Brazy. I went back and watched it, and I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, and it went pretty smooth. Everything went. We had 5 cautions, but most of them were towards the end when they were really battling. And
yeah, I mean, you kind of expect it towards the end like that when they're going for the win, and you can't take that away from those guys. You definitely don't want them to race no differently because it puts on a good show for the fans, right? And us. Exactly. We would be bored if they weren't racing each other hard.
And it was a very entertaining race last night. So
it actually was
made for a good broadcast.
It did. And I went back and rewatched it, and I was happy with it. I understand why we got 23 or 4 or 5 likes. I don't even know what it ended at. It was over 20 is all I can say, and that's why we're back here tonight.
And that's why we're here tonight.
Yep. I'm going to tell you guys and gals, I'm going to up the ante tonight. You ready for this one, Brazy? 25.
Ooh, 25.
We're going 25. It's not asking for much, just 5 more likes. So we're going for we're shooting for 25 likes now. If you want me back in the booth next Tuesday night, 25. That's the cost, Brazy.
Well, you're already at 2.
It's a graduated scale. So we watch Tommy go around. Looks like some news there. Who's on the track? Come on. Is nobody's on the track?
75.
There we go. 75. Chuck Sweeting. Chuck is on the track. There you go. You can call some friends. Call them all. Have them all. Call family, friends, everybody. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth next. That's a fact. Where is Nation? Has anybody seen Nation 01? He resides
I have not.
Somewhere in West Virginia. But I haven't seen that feller in a week, Brazy. It's been 1 week.
Maybe he found a mountain mama.
Oh, what is that? Could we all use one of those?
I don't know. That's how the song goes, isn't it?
Where do you find them at? In West Virginia, maybe?
West Virginia. On the country road.
It's not my mouth you got to worry about tonight. It's Brazy's. He might have. I guess he could have. I mean, I don't think his wife would be happy about it, but
Probably not. Probably not.
I can't say she would be super thrilled with him getting probed by aliens either.
Or is she the alien that's doing the probing?
Aha. Now you could be on to something. You actually could be on to something there, Brazy. We'll get to the bottom of this one way or the other. That's what we do here. Nope, we don't do any of that.
In the phrase of a nation, that's fucked up.
That is a little bit fucked up there, but I'll stay with it, Brazy. We'll just stay. He married an alien. Maybe that's why he's got such close ties with him.
It's very possible.
It could be. Now we got the
Want to
checkered
visit the
flag.
in-laws.
So we're going to go into lining up in about 1 second, 0 seconds. We're there. So we'll see who's first to jump on that. Jacob Daniels. Look at that. 72 truck, first one to load in. And this is the point where I have to restart my timing screen so it puts everybody in the correct order.
That can't be right. Is that right? Is that the only Ricky in front?
That's what I'm showing. I'm showing the 10 truck. Let's pull up that starting grid. You ready for this? The 10 truck of Enrique, just Rick Fagone, starting P1 tonight. Look at that. And to his outside, a teammate, Brazy. The 31 of Richard Holland, starting second. Third tonight, you're going to see Keaton Tripp right there in a 26 truck, and you see it on the track there. Next to him in fourth, Chuck Sweeting. Good qualifying run for Chuck tonight in the 75 truck. Starting fifth tonight, Andrew Wagner right there in the 44. Dominant last night, Brazy. Dominant. And
Very
then
much so.
his outside in sixth is going to be that 72 of Jacob Daniels. Also the first one on the grid tonight, Jacob Daniels was. Seventh tonight, the 34, TJ Lee, and his outside in eighth, Noah Wagner is going to be making a start tonight in 84 truck. Ninth tonight's going to be Randy Showers in the 21, and his outside in 10th, Lance Yancey driving the number 77 truck. Pick it up, Brazy.
And kicking off in your 11th spot tonight is going to be Burt Wilson in that 70s Nerds truck. And next to him is going to be Austin Wagner in that 4. Then you got Roy Hyde in that 00 is going to be in 13th spot starting. Seth Steele will be next to him in the 14th. Jeff Gilmore in the 24 is going to be in 15th. Tommy Haynes in that 17 truck is going to be starting in, 16th place. Brandon Showers in the 23 will be starting 17th. John Wimbish in the 56 will be starting 18th. Ivan Jones in that 53 is going to start 19th. John Sanu in that 86 is going to be starting 20 tonight. And that leaves Steve Seegers in that 16 is going to be 21st. Travis Smith in that 97 is going to be 22nd. Brian Miskell in the 57 will be starting 23rd. Paul Patterson in that 51 truck is going to be starting 24th. And Gary Wright will be your last truck in 25th spot. And he's running in the number 38.
So there we go with your starting grid tonight for the Eighmey Contracted Truck Series. And we are 2x2. Pace car is, I think it made a hard left. Now it's going to make a second one, Brazy. Took 2 hard lefts to get the pace car off the track, but we're there now. And we're green flagging racing like that at Michigan Speedway. So we seen the ARCA cars last night. Tonight we get to see the trucks. A lot of the same names, though, from Tuesday night here to Wednesday night. I would expect 3 and 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide out of the trucks here, Brazy.
You think so, huh? 5 wide?
I've seen it before, and I think it could happen, especially late in a race. So we'll just have to see how it plays out, but we'll definitely see 3 and 4 wide. We're almost going to see 3 wide for the lead here. 26 Keaton Tripp working the bottom. 31 Richard Holland up there on the top side. Enrique trying to hold him off, though, in the 10 truck. Andrew Wagner, though, pulling up on the bumper of his teammate, the 26, and they got momentum, man. Are they going to be able to cut it to the bottom here or what? Looks like they're going to ride the line and try to beat that outside line. Holland's getting a little help, though, from the 75 of Sweeting. They're trying to work the high side. It's going to pull him right even with the 26 truck, and the 26 lost his pusher. He dropped back a little bit. You think he's getting a run here, Brazy?
He was. He dropped behind. Oh, he's going to cut him off. Dropped behind Chuck and then kind of went around and then just cut him off there. Now he's back behind the 26 trying to push on the inside again. And
26 has help, and he's going to get to the inside of the 10 truck. So you can see the drafting is taking effect here already in the truck series at Michigan. And Enrique, though, he looks like he might hold on to the lead down the back straightaway here. He's actually ahead of the 26. He could have pulled down in front of him, but chose not to. So that's a pretty interesting choice right there. I would have thought he would have went down there and kind of broke them teammates up a little bit, Bracy.
Yeah, the only other thing I can see, though, is he's keeping it pretty steady up there. Like, he's not bouncing around like you're seeing some of these other guys.
Well, I think when you got the air on the front of your truck being at the front of the field, that it kind of keeps it a little more stable. And I think the bouncing around is from being in dirty air and back in traffic, Brazy. It's amazing what getting in the dirty air will do to your truck or even your Xfinity car. It'll just bounce around. It's like the wheels bouncing around on you, and that's just it's the buffeting of the wind. That's just what it does. And it happens on plate tracks too, and that's why sometimes we see cautions from this close racing, because it's not that either one of the guys meant to do it. It's just how the vehicle moves around in the dirty air. So dirty air can play a lot when it comes to these things. I would say iRacing's done really well on that, actually.
Recreating that.
Yeah, and recreating how that is. And the other thing that I've been impressed with is the dynamic tire model. I think the tires do react more close to realistic now. I mean, there was a time for a long time on iRacing where you get on a set of tires and you could just blister them some bitches off and the truck or the car would still be fast. And now if you go out there and you torture the tires, you're going to start dropping back. So I think the simulation of tire wear has really come a long way since 2025 or 2022 probably. And we got the dynamic tire model, and it's just much better. The other thing is the graphics. I think that the simulator looks better, Brazy.
Yeah.
When you go back and rewatch the
car models, definitely are like the paint jobs. You're seeing a lot more to them, a lot fancier paint models.
Yeah, and you can see the chrome and stuff, and we've been able to see that for a while. But the shadows and even the sunsets now are incredible. The way the sun will beam into your windshield, just like you're driving at sundown at nighttime. In real life, I mean, it's incredible what the limits that iRacing's starting to reach on this. And you don't know how many people will take a look at the broadcast and say, is that real racing?
I have heard that.
Technically, yes, it is real racing. These are real people driving these trucks.
Yes.
It's not AI generated or anything. So sim racing is real racing, but it's not real racing to the effect that their ass is in the seat of that truck. You know what I mean? Well,
and wasn't it during COVID, the real racers were in these trucks?
These trucks, that's right, and in the cars and stuff. That's what they did. They switched to virtual racing, and they switched to iRacing when they done that. So I'm looking at some 3-wide action back here, Brazy. 17, Tommy Haynes. Looked like John Sanu was in that mix there. 97, Travis Smith. Now, Ivan, he's just going to go up to the high side a little bit higher, and we could see 4 wide right here. I'm not kidding you. We got a whole clusterfuck, Brazy. A whole clusterfuck.
A whole kerfuffle.
A whole kerfuffle back here. A whole kerfuffle.
Maybe that's the magic word to
cluster
get Nation
kerfuffle. That's it.
A cluster kerfuffle. There you
We
go.
have a whole cluster kerfuffle back here. Hopefully nobody kerfuffles the other one. That'll be bad, Brazy.
Yeah, we don't want any kerfuffle touching going on.
They should keep the kerfuffling in the privacy of their own home. Oh, we got
a caution.
Was the 56 involved, or did he slow down? I don't know. Let's back up and see. I think it happened in front of him. Oh, I seen smoke, but I don't know where it come from. Shit, there's fenders flying, Brazy.
Looks like it's between 00 and 70.
Well, dang, man, we don't want to see that. I guess it was the 70s rear bumper that I seen. Oofda. So here we go right here. Roy Hyde in a 00, 70 Burt Wilson, the Nerds truck. Oh, looks like they come together at the wrong part of the racetrack, and damn, that 70 took a hit, buddy. That was hard. But who's in the black truck? Is that TJ Lee in the 34?
Yes, it is.
He looks like he received pretty bad damage on the right front of that vehicle, and we're going to back up to see if we can see what happened. Oh, he didn't have nowhere to go. Burt Wilson was up there in the wall, and TJ Lee had nowhere to go, and that truck's got the hospital wobble. It literally does. You can see it wobbling. It's bouncing up and down on the right front here. If you ever wonder what the hospital wobble is, that's it, Brazy. It's what you don't want. I mean, it's where you got minutes to repair it. It doesn't repair quick. You don't have no fast repairs here. That's the one thing at WFO. A lot of other places and leagues, you know, they'll give you a fast repair too. So if you get damaged, you can choose to use a fast repair and basically get a new truck, right?
Right.
When you bend that shit here, you're racing it bent. You're either racing it bent or you're just at the mercy of how your crew does on it. Sometimes they can fix them up and they're still pretty fast, but other times it don't work that way. So,
yeah,
wow.
I think Bert's going to have some time in the pits with that one. It looks like his front end is looked like he kind of had that.
Oh, it's used up.
Yeah, he kind of had that walk too, so.
DMS, I call bullshit. He said he's been waiting all day for this. They're knucking Futz. Good luck 26 and the rest of the 419 team. I like it, Terry. They're knucking Futz.
Knucking Futz.
They're all kerfuckle. Or I did it wrong. They're all kerfuffled tonight.
They're knucking Futz and kerfuffled.
That's it. We'll put them both together there. They're knucking fuckled. Fuffled. Knucking fuffled. So one of them 419 team drivers right there is going to be Keaton Tripp in the 26, and he is your race leader, lap 12 of 100. Here at Michigan Speedway with the Wednesday night Eighmey Contract and Truck Series. You got Vernon Brazy in the booth tonight. Should be DMS and Brazy. Vern should be in a truck, I think. Protesting again, damn it. Every time... I was thinking of something funny when I come in, Brazy. So I'm like, normally I drag in about 20 after 8 and get in the iRacing to get into my car or truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
And race. And, man, it'll be getting 8:51, 8:54, and I'm like, God damn it, I got to broadcast. The good news is, Brazy, is at 8:30, I was updating my stuff to go ahead and get everything set up and running.
Yeah, I was having some issues with the update. It didn't want to take it. I ended up having to close completely out and come back in, but we got her and we're here and Enjoying the race so far.
Yeah, I didn't have any issues with the update. It seemed to take on the first try, but Discord had like 18 updates. I was just on the thing last night.
I was in talking to the racers, and I thought they were ignoring me because none of them were responding, which is understandable
because Discord had 18 updates.
Yeah, and then I found out that my mic wasn't going through. I was lighting up, but they were hearing nothing.
That's right. You couldn't hear me when I was talking to you.
That was a different issue.
All right, here we go.
That was me hitting a button that I shouldn't
Oh, he
hit.
had me muted. Did you hear that? We're back to green flag racing. My own co-commentator has muted me. What the hell? How does that even happen?
It was...
I'm pretty sure Nation used to mute me too, Brazy, if you want to know the truth.
We got the teammates battling 1, 2, 3 right now.
I see that. Look at that. All 419 drivers up there. Keaton Tripp, Austin Wagner, and Andrew Wagner. I believe they got 4 trucks in there tonight too, Brazy.
They do. They have, let's see, where is
They
the
got
other one?
Noah's back there in the 6th position. So let's go back and find that truck. Right here. 84 truck. That's going to be Noah Wagner. So he's another one of the 419 drivers having a good run here. You see Austin Wagner right in front of him. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Terry could tell me, but I think that's all 3 brothers.
It is all brothers.
Yep, I think all 3 of them are brothers. So 419, definitely, few drivers last night. 4 or 5 of them tonight, Brazy.
Yeah, hopefully they don't take each other out tonight like they did last night.
Got 4 of them in the top 5, so that's pretty impressive here. 44, though, riding right on the bumper of the 26. You want to know what bumper kerfuffling is, you see it. Easy. Biff red button. What is a Biff red button?
He said big. I'm guessing he's meaning big red button.
Yeah, the F and the G are next to each other, so that could be. Yeah, I don't have an easy button there, DMS. I have a big red one that says, "You are kerfuffled."
Gonna have to make that a pop-up.
They have to print it on T-shirts. WFO kerfuffle. Wide kerfuffled
Perfect.
open. That just don't even sound right. I couldn't even say it twice in a row and make that one stick, Crazy. We could put a picture of Nation on the shirt and say, "I've been kerfuffled."
He's been kerfuffled a lot.
So
And just have a bunch of question marks.
Oh yeah. I put your top 10 on the left-hand side of the screen there, so if your favorite driver's in the top 10, you'll see him there. You'd buy that shirt, huh? Oh, we'll do it like this. Nation on the shirt getting probed by an alien. Leave me alone on being kerfuffled. Keaton is their cousin, so all family. Well, it's good to see most of the whole family there doing iRacing over here at WFO. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, now it looks like they
TJ,
got
I'm going to
positions
agree
1 through
with
4.
that. I think this is the season that you have been destination kerfuffle. I think that would be accurate. I went back and looked at that, and it looked like you took considerable right front damage there. Oh, 23-21. Randy Showers. Brandon Showers out there in the outside line. Giving a little bit of bumper love to each other. A little bit of bump drafted there. See Tommy Haynes in the 17 truck working that high side. He's got the 31 of Richard Holland behind him. We got some good racing going on right here. I kind of want to see him.
Or Noah Wagner on the inside of them guys trying to catch back up. He's losing some spots. He was up there in 4th, and now he's lost, looks like 4 spots now.
He's lost them 419 guys, so he kind of lost his drafted help. But you see Austin in the 4 truck still dropping down to the bottom. The 17's got that draft, and the 84's got his. So he's dropping down there and pulling those guys on the inside lane. Looks like the outside lane's the one getting abandoned in the corners there, Brazy. They all look to drop towards the bottom of the track, but then they get to the outside on the straightaways, and that kind of changes things. You see the 84's going to move up there, and the 17's not going to have any help at the bottom. That's where you side draft, Brazy.
But, I'm noticing tonight we're not seeing the rush up to catch back up to the front group like we were last night.
No, I think the truck is a little more reliant on the draft here. So, and I think the truck has always really sucked up good, and that might be a product of why it's different tonight. We're used to these things being this way for quite a few seasons now. You got to be able to manipulate and work the draft to your advantage, Brazy. I got pretty good at it in the truck. That was something that I didn't like it because back in the old days, with the old truck, you could just check out on the field. You know what I mean? If you were good, you would just check out on the field, and we don't see that happen anymore. So that's kind of been taken away, and you see a lot closer finishes now, which I think is better for the broadcast, don't get me wrong.
Right.
You go back and you can watch it on some of the old broadcasts, man. It wasn't good. It's not good when you got a guy 32 seconds ahead of the field. Hell, I did it last season or the season before, Brazy. Remember that?
I do.
It's no fun that way, is it?
I mean, it is for you.
Right, but only for me. It's no fun for the field or for the fans. I can't remember where that happened at, and it was kind of crazy how it worked out. But I was damn fast that race.
I was going to say, you had quite a few races last year that you were pretty fast, and you were usually up in the top 3 for a majority of the race until something happened.
Uh-huh. I did that more than once, DMS, but thanks for bringing it up, buddy. You know what I won't be hitting the wall in? The broadcast booth. That's right, buddy. If I hit the wall in here, we're all in trouble. So Keaton Tripp, your race leader, followed by Andrew Wagner in the 44, last night's winner. Then we got the 4 truck here, Austin Wagner. Look at Randy Showers in the 21 up in the 4th position now. He's going to bring Brandon alone in the 23. He's going to round out the top 5. Tommy Haynes in the 17, running 6 right now, the 84, Noah Wagner. Back here in the 7th spot, Richard Holland. He was in the 8th position, but I think John Wimbish just drove by him like he was tied to a stump. So that's going to put the 56 in the A spot. Holland's going to fall back to 9. And rounding out the top 5 right here, Chuck Sweetie. So Chuck having a good run. I'm going to pull Burt Wilson up here. Burt Wilson, we got you up in the booth, buddy. How you doing?
So then I said, don't undo the clips, just turn the battery off. Oh, hi.
I don't want to know about the battery and the clips.
Well, that sucked ass. It didn't even get very loose. Just hung the back end out, but it was enough to scrub speed and put my nose in front of Roy.
Yeah, and it ends badly when that happens, too. I
Feel
noticed
bad
it.
for TJ. He got destroyed.
Yeah, TJ got destroyed. You look like you. They probably told you it wasn't fixable, didn't they, Bert?
Yep. Too
like-
bad too. This was a Atlanta type race where it was just trying not to burn your right rear off.
Right.
Keep with the pack.
So it's loose tonight. The truck is.
Yeah, it'll go loose. You can burn the right rear off pretty easy if you can run it flat out for 10, 15 laps. But
That's my favorite truck, Bert.
yeah, I know. You like them loose.
And then I'm caught in the boot. I think bad thoughts about you, DMS, every time this happens. 26, 44, and 4. So not much has changed up front. In fact, we've covered the top 10. It's on your left-hand side there. So let's go back to Jeff Gilmore. He's the 11th place driver right now. So Jeff Gilmore currently 11th in the 24 truck. Get a little closer look at that vehicle. Irwin paint scheme. Crazy. Rocking the tool paint.
Yeah, it looks like these guys have kind of settled down. They're kind of settling in, staying. They aren't battling as hard as they were there at the beginning.
Got Just Rick back here in 12th, and I seen it looked like Just Rick might have been working the wheel a little bit, Bert.
That's the game you're going to have to play. How hard do you want to run it to stay up front?
He was definitely sawn on a little bit down on the other end of the track. So Ivan Jones, the best multitasker at WFO in the 53, currently fighting for the 13th spot. And Roy's got that 00 truck after that tangle with you back up there, battling close to the top 10 here, Bert.
Yeah, I took a look at his truck. It doesn't look like he has too much damage.
He come out of it all right. It
you're
looks
right.
like you and TJ took the worst end of that one.
Yeah. It wasn't the hit by Roy that did me in. It was just the hit by TJ, but there wasn't nothing TJ could do.
Right. Oh, you popped that outside wall pretty good, too. So this guy started in the top 10, but he's fighting around the 15th spot. That's the 77 of Lance Yancey. Another driver I haven't talked about tonight, that's going to be John Sanu in the 86, running 15th. So these guys aren't just back here sitting in a position. They're racing. They're battling. Seth Steele's 66 truck back here at 17th right now. Travis Smith in the 97 sitting 18th on the field. I'm going to cover it up to the top 20, Brazy. Jacob Daniels in the 72, 19th. I'm going to give airtime to every single driver out there. And rounding out your top 20, the 57 of Brian Miskell Jr. So he's got the 57 in the top 20 here. Brazy, who we got 21st?
In 21st for currently, we got Gary Wright at 57. And then you're going to have Paul Patterson running behind him in at 51.
You see these guys trying to move go low, and you just scrub so much speed down there. It's not that the tires won't hold, but it just scrubs so much speed that you can't get by them.
Yeah, they're trying to keep their momentum so they're not dropping all the way down there. We're looking at 23rd. We got Mr. Karaoke, Steve Siggers. And then, of course, Bert, your truck right there on pit road. Is the crew still working on it or what?
No, I came in and they didn't even climb over the wall. They already had ice cream and beer.
Oh, that's cool. Did you guys see Nation down around your pit tonight?
No, but I did see him up further up the way, filling the water cooler.
Again? He's back to pissing in the water coolers, Bert.
I can neither confirm or deny what he was doing, but he didn't have pants on.
He might have just got done being probed by the aliens, too. That would explain the missing pants.
That would definitely explain that.
And Brazy's convinced that Nation may very well be married to an alien, Bert. It could have happened. He could have married an alien.
It's
Weird.
It's plausible.
I've heard of weirder shit.
I have too.
West Virginia.
He ain't lying about that.
You see Chuck and 24, they've been working on
Well,
this path
welcome.
forever. Chuck finally did it.
Welcome to Steven in the chat there. Awesome. Thank you, B&B. Brazy's dating an alien. DMS said, what's wrong with that? Brazy's dating an alien. He's technically not wrong, Brazy.
He is technically not wrong.
I just thought about that, and I'm like, you know what? He's right. The man is right. So the one time we're going to say DMS is right, that's what we're going to say he's right about. Son of a bitch. You see what we get into up here, Bert?
Yeah, they're at the end of their fuel, so they're getting close to the end of their fuel, so they're starting to pit.
Yeah, we're getting the
Green
leaders
flag,
all
pit stops
message are going to come in.
So the 26, the 44, the 4 get ready to go to pit road here. Yeah, you guys can see the iRacing chat. I don't have that turned on. For good reason, by the way. So there's
Yeah,
the
well, they're
44.
lap.
This is where
Their
you
lap
can see
times are almost 2
mistakes.
seconds off.
Oh,
Ooh.
44 almost lost it. I told you this is where you could see mistakes. They're going to get it down there straight, so we're going to jump to the 17 truck, although he's not the leader, the 21 is. So 21, 23, 17, your top 3. We got our, actually it's our first round of green flag pit stops on lap 38 here. But I imagine there were a few that can stay out longer because they probably come to pit road on the first caution. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to benefit you, though, because you're probably about 2 seconds off on your tires on pace, so
I'm
you're going to get
watching
eaten
these.
alive.
These guys, and man, the 21 was nice and smooth. The 23 sent it a little bit harder. You could see that he was working the brakes. Richard Holland, don't surprise me to see him on the track a lap or 2 extra, him and Chuck. Bert.
Yep, they're good at saving their stuff, so they probably can stretch it a little bit.
John Wimbish right there, another one that can stretch the fuel. So these guys, is there going to be, well, I mean, I guess there would be a huge advantage if you could stretch it to 50, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen. That's stretching
in,
a little
Calvin.
too far.
When was the caution? 12? When did I destroy TJ?
Is that Callion? Is that what I see?
Kelvin.
Calvin. Oh, okay, I see the V now. Literally Calvin. Regardless, welcome to the stream. B&B, thank you. You definitely said you were going to go get people to put likes in, but I'm not seeing 25 of them up yet. Where are we at, Brazy? 7. We're at 7 measly likes, and we even got Bert in the boot. Come on. How are we? That should have been an instant 100 likes with Bert in the booth.
Right?
Yeah, the guy that's never gotten a driver of the day vote just destroyed TJ. I probably lost to about 3 likes right there.
Yep, TJ says 40 laps on full fuel run without cautions. Yeah, they'll be in pretty soon. I would assume the same thing here. Secretly, DMS, I don't want the goddamn likes, so I don't have to come back, man. I even moved the requirement up to 25 tonight. No more 20 bullshit. We're going 25. I'm watching back here where Tommy Haynes is at, and I think Tommy is pitted, so he's driving around these guys right now. Tommy might be the one that's trying to get his lap back here, Bert.
Looks like it. He drove by them like they were standing still. That's new tires.
Yeah, we'll see how quick he can run the 31 down with them new tires. But I'm sure you're right. They make a huge difference a lap here.
About 2 seconds.
So is Michigan shredding the tires now, Bert?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yep.
Am I
Maybe
reading?
almost 2% a lap.
All right, did I just read that right, Brazy? Did I read the chat right?
It depends on what you read.
If you quit, then I have no choice but to come back. Don't give us 25 likes. Don't do it. Don't give us 25 likes. These guys are still out 44 laps into the fuel run here, so they're doing pretty good on fuel.
They might be able to go to 50, but that's not going to get them into their fuel window.
See Chuck doing a nice cut there to get to the inside of the 56. He says he'll have no choice to come back if I quit, so I'm turning my resignation in this week, Brazy. I'm resigning.
You think so, huh?
I'm resigning from the broadcast booth at WFO after tonight's broadcast. I regretfully inform you. I will be back as a driver next week. I don't even have my computer together for that. I took it apart because I wasn't using it. I didn't sell any of the parts. I mean, I could put it together quickly and get to racing. Caution's out.
Uh-oh.
Brazy.
Oh, we got caution.
What the hell happened? Who did it? Oh, 16 has stopped.
Yeah, he looked like he was having hand troubles from the beginning.
Looks
so-
like it just got
He hit
loose.
hard.
Yeah, it looks like it was a solo spin here. We're going to check it out. He sent her off in the corner, and the ass end tried to pass up the front end, Bert. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he was having some issues. I don't know if he got any damage or not, but it was not handling well for him.
Well, his damage is pretty considerable after he hit the outside wall like that. He ain't got no right front fender left. It looks eerily similar to your truck, Bert.
Yeah.
It does. He's going to park it down there on the infield. Mr. Karaoke Steve. Hate to see that for him. Did it work out well for these guys up front that stayed out?
Well, I mean, they get their tires without losing laps.
They
but
don't have to pit
everybody,
under green, right, like the rest of them. But I think a lot of the fast guys had already gotten their laps back.
Yep. Everybody but Paul had gotten their laps back, so.
And he'll get his back on a waiver round.
Yep.
So, yeah.
He'd be lucky dog.
Yep, he'll be lucky dog. You're right. So you see them all coming to pit road right here. 31 of Richard Holland leading them down pit road. 75 Chuck Sweeting. 56 of John Wimbish. Well, we're still only at 16 likes after the big run on the likes there, Brazy. I ain't worried about it. We ain't getting 9 more. That's a fact. We ain't getting 9 more likes than this one. I'm going to make sure of it. I'm going to start talking about bad shit. I think I do that every week anyway. That's right, B&B, only 16. You believe that? I try to get 25 and people laugh at me. They're like, he's stupid. We get 25 likes. Lucky 25 people watch it.
Talking about bad shit, these guys up front, what is there, 7 of them, they're on 10-lap old tires. They've got brand new tires behind them.
B&B, I don't think you're reading the YouTube chat. If I quit, DMS will come back. And that's kind of my goal here. So let's not ruin a guy's goal. Right, Bert?
I'll sponsor your truck if you get back on the track.
Oh, you hear that? I even got a sponsor for my truck, and this is a guy that already paints my truck. That's clearly what you put right there. I mean, clearly you wrote that, DMS. You clearly wrote it. I'll hold you to it. I did not misread what you put there.
No, you didn't misread what he said, but he's saying that's not what he meant.
I did not misread it.
So this restart will be interesting because these guys that got the tires, they've got about 10 laps fresher tires, so we'll see if they're able to keep up and move up with that difference.
Yeah, we'll have to check and see what goes on here.
I wouldn't be surprised to see some 3 wide here.
I'm all right with that, though, Bert. I kind of like to see some 3 wide right here. We had 5 cautions last night. We're down to 2 tonight. We got to pick some stuff up here. If my phone keeps going off, guys, I'll tell you right now, you're going to see a fucking Android fly. Right across the room through the window, I don't know. It's going to fly.
We got all 4 teammates, 1 through 4 right now.
I want to pick the color of a car. Maybe I should join the race. Have we had a female driver yet, Bert?
Yeah, we had the first female driver in history to race, and she took out the field.
She took out the field, he said.
Or the leader. Took out
leader
Holland, I think.
Took out Holland. That did happen.
Green flag, green flag.
We did have one, didn't we? And she took Holland out. So 44, Andrew Wagner. Restart P1, taking P1. Keaton Tripp, Austin Wagner. Noah Wagner, 419, up in the top 4 spots, Crazy.
Yeah, there you see Holland going 3 wide.
3 wide.
Tires already.
31, 21,
right
and
90.
84. 3 wide, 2 rows.
Yep, Holland and Chuck aren't wasting their new tires.
Look at DMS. He said both on and off the track, she literally took out everyone. Were you guys broadcasting that when it happened?
I don't think so.
I don't think they were. They weren't around when that
DM
happened, or was DMS here?
That was here, I think.
I think he was here. I think he did broadcast it. But we're not going to discourage a female driver from coming here. If they want to come over and race and take the leader out, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, Brazy, help B&B join so she can race. Do you live close to her?
No.
Well, what kind of help do you need?
Holland and Chuck have 3 wided their way to the front.
It looked like 44 and 26 kind of got caught up with each other a little bit there, too. So that kind of helped those guys move up and around.
Looked like the 2 crafty veterans up there, the 31 and the 75, they're trying to bust up this draft these kids had going on. Yeah, that's right. DMS was right. We called her Cole. She hit everything. Who was that? Do you remember her name, Bert?
Yeah, he was somebody's wife. I can't remember his name either.
Was it Nation's buddy?
Maybe.
I think it was. I think it was Nation buddy, the radio guy. Nation's buddy that did the internet radio. Nation went over and went to work for him. Remember, Bert? It was that dude's wife. I'm almost sure. She did. She only raced one night, Mike. She literally raced one night. I remember it. Well, isn't DMS in Texas?
He is in Texas.
Well, DMS.
And you got 4 wide going on here.
We got 4 wide going
Where
on
at?
in the back here. It was 77.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know
those
what
guys
fucking
on the old
spot that
tires
is.
are getting swarmed.
I missed it because I don't know what spot the 77's in. 10th.
About 10th.
Yeah, you see. Oh, there's contact
we got
right
some
there.
wall mounting.
97 contacted the 17. He hit someone else.
Oh, there it is.
There's a caution. That's all it takes when they get to bumping each other. What number did it? Oh, 57. Oh, the 86 was all the way down below the apron, and the 57 come through there, and the 86 had to come up, and there was no room. Did you see that, Bert?
Yep.
I'm not sure why the 86 got down there, if he was getting past or making a pass or what, but or did he get bumped down there?
Well, they were
he got
off each other.
I see how he got down there, and then when he went to come up, there just wasn't no room. The 57 was there. That's car high, man. You got to know there's a car high. You know how to call that one, Brazy?
I don't actually.
If you get down below that apron, it's up to you to merge back onto the track safely.
Yep.
That's how that's definitely on the driver that didn't merge back on safely. The 57 was there. He was on the track. So it's not him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's up, and I know that he was avoiding a wreck, but once you go down there, it's up to you to be able to merge back into traffic safely.
Yep, even in tracks where we can use the apron, the rule's always been, they don't have to let you back up.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So, yeah, I remember Cole now. I remember the one night that she raced, and she definitely took Richard Holland out. That was definitely who she took out.
Yeah, it was Daytona, I think, and it was like Russian roulette every 3 laps.
That's good time. So B&B, you won't be the first one, but you'll be the second. Maybe you can stay around more than a race, though. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? That's the one thing that we are short on at WFO. We've never really, and I think iRacing in general, Bert, not really a lot of female drivers, right?
Yeah, well, not a lot of them take an interest in it, probably.
Oh, we're having fun. 3 cautions later. And here we go, texting and driving again, Ivan. And you know what's crazy about him doing that? He's not the one wrecking.
Right.
Well, I mean, that's a start, B&B. Driving good in real life is a start. So am I looking at this right? Chuck Sweeting is our leader?
Chuck Sweeting is the current leader.
So Chuck Sweeting, current leader. 44, Andrew Wagner, second. The 419 boys are sticking around. 26, Keith Tripp, third. 4 of Austin Wagner, fourth. Rounded out the top 5 to 84 of Noah Wagner.
They did a good job of hanging on with those old tires. Did any of them come in? I didn't even see on the pit. If they surely came and got tires, didn't they? Got an extra set tonight.
It looks like.
Look at Ivan running just outside the top 10 there, texting away. Back here in the 12th position in the 53 truck. And
looks like positions 15 and down currently took a pit this time. Everybody above, with the exception of Noah and Randy. Those, let's see, Austin, Noah, and Randy, and Keaton. Those guys went in about 19 laps ago. Chuck and the rest of that group went in 10 laps ago, and everybody else now has got 2 laps. So whether or not they got tires or not, that I don't know, but that is the current splits on in the pit
We're
lanes.
back to green flag racing right now. Chuck Sweeting looks like he got his ass shot out of a rocket. He's going to take advantage of it, try to get away from the family that's about ready to pounce on him. Crazy. We got probably 10 chairs up at the booth here, DMS. We got an extended booth tonight. We got couches and all kinds of shit set up. You want coffee? We got coffee pot, full liquor bar. What do you want?
I'd be careful of the coffee pot. We don't know what All Nation pissed in.
He's not wrong, Bert. I mean, he's not wrong about that. We don't know what All Nation got a hold of. We know how Nation is at racetracks when he's running around with no pants on.
That's why I'm standing up in the booth, because I'm not even sitting on the chairs.
Exactly. I'm watching some 3 wide back here. 21, 00, 31. You want to see 3 wide? Just start looking through the field. You'll find it. Holland working the bottom of the track, just trying to gain position here. 00. Roy Hyde working on the 84 there. Noah Wagner. You see the 21, and we've seen him running up front. That's Randy Showers. John Wimbish there, and man, I tell you, the 21 really working the bumper on the 84 truck. Roy Hyde going to pick up a spot on the 4 there. Austin Wagner. Holland still working the bottom and moving up. He's up in the 3rd position now. So look at, he's battling for 2nd. Look at that. He don't even have no help down there, Bert.
Yeah, you can get enough grip down there to make it work.
Richard Holland did it. He used the bottom side of the track. We've seen him pick up about 5 positions up there to P2.
He does have newer tires than those 3 behind him.
You're right about that. He's got some newer tires, and that's probably why he's able to hold the bottom a little bit better there, Bert. He keeps holding it too much. Them tires ain't going to be no good, are they?
Hey, he'll wear them out down there doing that.
He's pulling up on your race leader right now, Chuck Sweeting. Sweeting's got the lead, but Holland's caught him.
Now Chuck kind of fall back that first run a little bit, so I don't know if he's saving or using it up. Don't know which way it's going.
No. He Asked for an extra seat, not an extra set. You're not in a staging room. You got to get, if you're in the staging room. Bert went to the staging room. I finally seen him eventually, and look where Bert's at now.
Man, it's 3 wide, and that pack is looking for trouble.
Yeah, they are all over the place. I've been kind of watching these last couple laps. So we are back in with like Ricky.
Ninth or
Ricky
so.
is 10th place.
Oh, Johnson knew back where he's at. How'd the 21 get back here? He was just up front.
He's got some of them older tires, doesn't he?
Oh, you might be right. Oh, yeah.
44,
Look it up here where the
26, and 4,
4's
they're
at.
all.
Exactly. These guys are bouncing around all over the place. 66, 26, 4, 17 back here in traffic. 53, Ivan caught up there in the outside lane. I don't think he's caught there. I think he's up there by choice. We go 3 wide, 2 wide, 3 wide, and 4 wide right here. Oh, look at
You
that.
got the teammates putting the bumper to each other. That's
I think
will
my
work,
mouse
but-
quit. Crazy, I think my mouse quit, dude.
What?
I think my mouse quit. DMS, what's up, buddy? I pull you up here, you ain't gonna do no talking?
Wow.
I had you on mute.
Oh, so another person admitted they muted me tonight.
Well, otherwise I hear double. Because you're not showing the race. So
Well, turn the broadcast down.
I did.
Oh, okay.
That's why you were on mute.
Gotcha.
What's going on? What's up, Razy?
What up, DMS?
Oh, hold on. Nope, not me.
You know where Nation's at, DMS?
Yeah, I do, actually.
He's actually doing a scientific project.
He wanted to see what the difference was between a quarter pounder and a Whopper Junior.
Well, he's actually now on a scientific project. He wants to be the first man impregnated by an alien.
Last I saw him, he was trying real hard.
Last Bert saw
They
him,
were.
he was running around Michigan with no pants on.
Not a very good area to do that in, by the way.
Well, you know what he does to the water coolers, right?
Yeah, just look at Flint. Look at their water.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think of it that way. So I guess with DMS in the booth, I could quit now.
Just a temporary statement.
God damn it. I'm trying. It's a mission of mine just to try to get back in a vehicle. Bert's even going to sponsor me.
I thought you were training somebody.
Guess what?
What?
It happened. The fucking ATVO crashed.
Hey.
Yeah, I was looking at the replay. I was looking at the broadcast. I was wondering if that was my computer.
Nope. You can actually see it on the broadcast before it happens.
Oh yeah. It glitched the shit out of it.
Well, that's great. Now the icon is gone. What the fuck?
You have more problems with that.
What the kerfuffle? I don't know how that happened.
That is a kerfuffle extreme.
I had to go
I
into
knew
my
you were gonna
programs and get
kerfuffled
it.
sometime tonight.
The shortcut was missing, Brazy. It's like it removed itself. It's like, I'm fucked. I'm just going to remove myself.
He's just gonna bitch about me anyway. I'm out of here.
I'll show my way out.
I don't know. It held on for over half the race tonight, so I am happy about that. I'm not happy when it crashes. Now it says my stream is junk and not maintaining smooth frame rates, and I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, the stream's looking good. It just doesn't have the overlays.
Well, behind the scenes, I'm working diligently to try to correct that situation, whether or not people believe me. How do we have I literally crashed a fucking stream, and I still got 19 likes.
While you're messing with that, Holland's trying to pull away. Evidently, he likes the truck a lot better than he did the car last night.
I was just looking at that. He's over a second ahead.
That's what happens when you got newer tires than those guys, Bert.
Yep, you're having a good run when you're pulling away from Chuck.
Well, I did get the overlays working again, B&B, and look, it's magical for the guys on the track when I get them working because it says we had 0 cautions, and we know that's not true, but... Look at Enrique, the teammate to the 31, back here in the 3rd spot now, Bert. He's picked up some spots.
Yep, he was mired back in the pack there not long ago.
But we know he can turn some fast laps around here. He qualified fastest of anyone tonight.
Yep, I was running with them in practice, and they were hauling the mail. We went to the top of the speed charts.
So it makes you wonder if, in fact, the 10 might have something for the 31.
You see Brandon Showers in 4th. He's having a good run.
Yeah, I noticed Randy up here earlier. It looks like he's dropped back a little bit now, but the 21 and the 23 were both having a good race here tonight. They were actually pretty strong last night, too, in the Xfinity car.
Lance Yancey's in 5th. Good run for all 6th now, but good run for him.
Yeah, I'm seeing Lance here in the top 5. 77 truck, Haviland paint job tonight. My trading paints is working, DMS. Just the overlays crash.
Well, as long as those are working.
Yeah, as long as you got your paints working, the drivers aren't going to bitch, right?
Right.
They only bitch when the paint don't work. They don't care if there's any overlays. Let me tell you something about the driver. They know exactly who's in that other truck. I'm sure they've said their name with a lot of kerfuffles in it, too. So where the fans look and they're like, I wonder who's driving the pretty purple 75 truck. We know that's Chuck Sweeting, right? But the fans might not. Like, look at this, Roy Hyde. You surprised to see him up here in the top 6, Brazy?
I am, especially when he was tied up in that earlier incident.
Well, it looks like they straightened a 00 out, and I'm going to tell you right now, he's sliding that truck off the corner, Bert.
Yeah, it's really easy to just hang the right rear out without losing it. And when I was loose, I wasn't lifting. I wasn't planning on lifting, but it just stuck me down a little bit in the lanes. But it wasn't loose enough. I was going to lose control.
Yeah, you can see that he's really having to drive that truck off the corner. And I'll bet if I look at most of these drivers, they're doing the same thing here.
And it's gonna switch up here in a second because they're gonna start doing some green lap pits. So
yeah, we got 28 laps to go. Ricky at the top of the track here. Looks like Sweeting's on pit road. I got to catch him falling back in the order. Goddamn, fucking mouse ain't fast enough. I'm clicking and it's the wrong one every time. I'm like, just one short, one short, one short.
And Holland and them, they can't wait too long now.
No,
Sweeting's just set the bar.
Yeah, he'll start clicking off the laps when he comes off pit road here. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, though. 27 laps to go. Do you take 2 tires or 4 or what? I'm taking 4.
The lefts wear pretty good too. I tried it and it was so loose I couldn't even drive it. So they're probably not going to take 2. If they are, they're going to be sorry.
So for me, I got great news. I am 6 likes short of coming back next Tuesday night.
Here, let me log on to my YouTube channel here.
God damn it.
So you look at it the wrong way. It's not that they don't want you. It's not, they want you in the boat.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't, DMS. They want you in the booth.
No.
Yes.
They're like, oh, shit, if we don't give Vern his stuff,
all right,
we got to deal with
here's
this
the next
asshole
poll.
Coming back.
DMS in the booth or Vern in the booth? It's simple. Put DMS or Vern. Put it in the chat. If you're listening, watching, just get on your phone and just type it in the keyboard. You don't count. We can't vote. We can't do that.
That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. You don't count.
Well, 1-0. You win.
Well, that's not going to happen tonight. Boom. Now we're even.
Hey, I used to have a tag like that.
You can have a tag like that again. Oh, look at that, TJ. Like Steve Vern back on the track. Terry, thank you. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that evens it back out.
Yeah, thank you for putting that in there. Bert, there you go, Bert. We're getting this sorted out now, Bert.
What?
Somebody voted for you being in the booth.
Oh, hell no. But hey, how many likes do you have now?
21. We're still 4 short. There's more people tuned in, so unfortunately we're probably going to hit the 25 mark, but it was worth a shot. So we are watching some different strategy, though. We've seen those guys come to pit road. Your leader now is Brandon Showers in the 23 truck. So he was running up there in the top 5 too, Bert.
Yeah. He's going to pit this time around, so
he must have called it out on the radio. Longer. I'm surprised he stayed out that long because we know what the difference is on fresh tires. So, and this will be their last pit stop if we stay green.
Yep.
Now we're only 3 likes short. Son of a bitch. I'll be here next. I'll probably be here next Tuesday night too. Or will I? So 23.97.
Once the drivers watched it.
00 on pit road here.
Once the drivers get in there, you're done. You're toast.
We got some people pitting. 72 right there. He's going to stay on the track. Jacob Daniels on the track. Tommy Haynes staying out. So what do you think? Ivan got loose. He scared the shit out of whoever was behind him.
Yep, that's exactly what Chuck and Richard don't want to see right now. The 31.75. They don't want anybody to do anything crazy.
Yeah, especially after they come down the pit road here. I'll tell you a guy that might, though. That's the 72 truck of Jacob Daniels.
Chuck has 4 seconds on Holland. That's how much the tires got him by going in early.
So is Tommy Haynes just still out, or is he not pitted yet? He hasn't pitted yet.
Yeah, I think everybody ahead of Chuck hasn't pitted yet, which is 7th on up. Maybe Keaton Tripp at 9th. I'm not sure.
The only two left are Jacob and Tommy.
Oh, really? So
yeah, you're right,
sure
because
Ivan?
Chuck is in 3rd right here. Ivan pitted. I think he just went to pit road. He's on pit road now, actually.
Yeah, my
he's sitting on
scoring
pit road
needed
now.
update.
So once the first two come in, it's going to be Chuck Sweeting. The 75 will be the leader.
Yep, and he got 4 seconds by coming in 2 or 3 laps earlier than Richard. So
that's right. So Chuck Sweeting leading away, he's not leading away, but he will be leading away. Maybe, I don't know, unless these guys got miraculous fuel tanks or something. Extra capacity, DMS.
Yep.
Possible longer fuel line. Maybe they got it wrapped up around the roll cage or running fuel through the roll cage to hold extra fuel.
Yep, they went with a 1-inch line instead of the half-inch line.
Gotcha.
I think they have emergency Schwartz fuel they're pouring in the glove box. Is what's happening.
Like this, the 86 trying to help the 72 save a little more fuel and give them a shove here. He's going to need pushed around that track for about 19 laps here, John, if you're listening to the broadcast.
What was it, 50 on that caution? So they could probably go to maybe 90, but probably not that far.
I gotcha. I know we got 19 laps to go. Go back, and it's the guys that have pitted. Sweeting's the leader. 31 of Holland's the one after him. He showed in 4th. Then you got Keaton Tripp in the 26. Back in 5th, and there's Enrique. What happened to the 44? See a lap down?
Yes.
He is 1 lap down. Pops is still lap down, too, in the 51.
Yeah.
Pops
He's
is
currently scored in 20th, Andrew Wagner.
Yeah, I seen that now. He's up there. He must have got a penalty on pit road on them green flag pit stops.
Possible. It looks like some of those guys were having issues trying to slow down to get into there.
That would be my guess that he got busted on pit road. We get back here to Ricky in the 10 truck, scored in the 6th position. Back in 7th, this guy just brushing the right rear off the wall. The 23 of Brandon Showers right there. Lance Yancey. Did Yancey get busted too? No, he's in 7th. I see. I had my order mixed up there for a second. So the 77 of Lance Yancey's in 7th, and Brandon Showers is back in 8th. 9th right now is going to be Jeff Gilmore in the 24 truck here. And for any fans of Noah Wagner in the 84, he's currently he's rounding out the top 10 actually in the 10th position.
Good debut for him.
Oh, I just seen somebody. Was that Noah Wagner? He was sideways, man. That 84 got wicked loose. He's going to drop a couple spots here, fall back to 11, drop 1 spot, but close enough to 2, right? 1, 2, it's all the same.
Didn't look like Andrew Wagner got beating in, but he did something. He got held on pit road, so that's why he's down.
I get it. And Bert, of course, he's 71 laps down. He had a little bit of problems with his 70 truck early in the race. In 16 to go, the 72 and the 17 are still holding it out on the racetrack. So they're going to run all the way to the bottom end of their fuel tank. And I don't know, are they hoping for a caution, or do you think they're just going to do a fuel only and try to run it out?
Caution's about their only hope. Sweeting's cut 4 seconds off of them in like 3-4 laps. So
you did. You missed the vote for who's staying in the booth, and I need somebody to vote for someone other than me, so I won't be leading it. So if you vote,
Yeah,
for
you
me,
won.
I did.
You won.
It ain't over.
Yeah. What do you mean? This isn't like
Everybody hasn't voted yet because B&B's actually asking about it.
This isn't. This isn't the presidential election. Okay.
Hey,
you
this
don't
goes
get
on for a while.
8 months.
DMS. I get to make up the rule. If the race is still going on, the vote's still active. For 14 more laps, that vote is live.
I think it should be you'd have to have gotten a driver of the day vote at some time in your career to be put in the booth.
Oh, he ran over his pit stall, and he can't just get it straight there. The 72 having problems on pit road. He give it up. But the 17 right here, Tommy Haynes, in the Bush light truck. Bert, did you paint this one?
I did.
Good looking paint job, man.
Tommy loves his chrome.
Yeah, he does love the chrome, and that's not an Apple. Yeah, it is. It is a Bush Light Apple truck, isn't it? Well, that would be why it's fucking red like an apple, huh, Bert?
Yep.
I don't want to enter in the duh, but
Yeah, you see how he's doing that, B&B, because ultimately everybody says, "Oh, I like to see Vern back in the car," and then
it's not what I'm seeing.
DMS, you go back through the chat where he said, "If I quit, then he'll just have to get back in the booth." So I quit. I fucking resigned right there. I'm like, I'm done. I quit. And then it turned into voting, and now for some reason I'm leading the vote.
Yeah. See?
I don't want to lead it.
Something.
I need somebody to vote for DMS. Put DMS in the chat. Just spam DMS in the chat. Just spam it in there. Don't put nothing else in the chat but DMS. I got 22 people watching that just muted the broadcast. They ain't even listening to me.
I think.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, see? Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I can't win.
And you got another vote.
Brazy, I can't win for losing. Bunch of cheating son of a bitches.
Well, it's lap 90 and Tommy's still out there. I don't
Look. Even
there's no way he
B&B
has
says
gas.
Vern.
You just sold out on me.
Oh, you just
Jesus
got bombarded with
sold
votes.
out. I feel abused. What if somebody has 1-inch fuel line? It's a 17.
Well, he's currently got 35 laps on his.
You
on
can't
his
do
run,
that. That
so-
cancels the vote
Okay.
out.
So, most he can do is 5 more, but it's probably really only 1 or 2.
Yeah, she can't do that, Vern. That's against the rules.
It is
So you
against
have
the
to
rules.
base it off of her first vote, which was you.
No, you don't.
Yep.
It's
you have
all
to.
canceled
It doesn't
out.
cancel
damn it.
out. You only
it
get one
cancels
vote.
out. If she cheated, her vote don't count.
No.
Period.
You only get one vote. So the second vote isn't tallied.
That I'm making the rules here. That
I kinda
does not
see that.
count. It canceled out. It's canceled out. I do too, Andy. I demand a recount. I think I got screwed here and that the election was rigged.
Well, you know.
It happens, don't it?
Yeah. It's not about who you voted for.
I don't
It's
know.
who paid to count.
I don't
votes.
know how he saved the fuel or what, but we are under 10 to go, and the 17 truck of Tommy Haynes has a 10-second lead on the field.
Yeah, I'm riding with him. It doesn't sound like he's really saving, but his tires are gone.
So will he be able to hold on, though, for 8 or 9 laps here, Bert? It's a big track.
I think he's going to run out by 95.
So So we're watching here. He's going to come down to 8 to go. We're going to pick up lap 92 right here.
He's giving everybody hope. That's what it is.
The bootlegger. He's trying to pull it off here. He's got a 10-second lead on Richard Holland in the 31. So you see the 31 of Holland back in second. So Holland able to get around Chuck Sweeting. Did you guys see that? That's important.
Yep. Caught him and passed him.
He's not far ahead of Sweeting. Sweeting's still right there within striking distance, but he did get ahead of him.
Sweeting had 4 seconds on him when they came out of the pits, so
you have to go back a little farther.
Tommy. Tommy's in.
He's in. Damn it! I thought he was gonna run her down to the. He might have ran it down to the bare minimum. I don't know. I'm not in his truck.
Yeah, he had 38 laps on that truck, so
we don't know that it didn't sputter. We gonna come down to
right now.
7 to go in the 31. Richard Holland, your new race leader. Top 10 on the left-hand side, like always, though, so you can see where they're at. But who's back in 11th right now? Any fans of the 84 Noah Wagner? That's where he's at. Back in 12th, you're going to see the 21 of Randy Showers. And behind him, you got John Wimbish in the 56. And then you got Seth Steele in the 66, running in the 13th position. So the laps are ticking down with the WFO Eighmey contract in Wednesday Night Truck Series here at Michigan. Been a pretty good race.
yeah, only 3 cautions and been pretty smooth riding. Haven't seen as much of the group racing as we did last night, but we have seen some where it's been a little touch and go and a little not quite sure what's going to come out of it. These guys have been doing pretty good. Not
Holland ain't gonna ride off in the sunset. I'm watching the 75 and he's inching closer, Bert.
I was just gonna say Chuck ain't gonna let him ride into the sunset.
He ain't letting him ride into the sunset, is he?
This is old school WFO right here. Chuck Sweeting, Richard Holland up in front.
You see Pops there in the 51. He's not going to be a factor. He pulled up out of the way in the corner, and he's like, go at it, boys. Mike Mitchell, you are correct. The cream always rises to the top. It's taken him a few races this season, though, to do that. Definitely competition has tightened up over here at WFO Racing, and I think a lot of these 419 boys had something to do with that.
Yep.
You see the 26.
Chuck hasn't had real good luck either this season. He's been in some incidences.
You're right. He has. He's had, and typically you don't see Chuck get caught up in that. He's one of the cleanest drivers I ever seen, Bert.
I think he's using up everything he's got, but he just can't seem to close the gap.
Yeah, he started to close it earlier, and now Holland's just kind of stretching it out. I don't think they got anything for the 31 tonight. 3 to go at the line. He's, half a second ahead of the 75? I'm pretty sure unless we see a caution, this is probably going to be your finishing top 3 here. Brandon Showers has got a big enough gap back there on the 26, so he's sitting pretty comfortably in 3rd. The gap isn't really going over that half a second, though, Bert.
Yep, he closed the gap a little bit, but I think he used up more tire than it was worth.
So it's staying right around the same here. Maybe he saved a little bit, and he's going to make a run here the last couple laps, so we're going to have to see. He's got it down to a low 0.4 of a second now, but now he'll get it 0.4. It'll go back to 5, Bert. You're right. I think he just used it up. He don't have any more left for him.
I think when you saw him closing that gap, that was him trying to.
That was him burning.
Trying to use it up. Yep.
That was him using it up right there. And I think we're going to see the top three like I called it, as we're going to come this time by and take the white flag for the final lap here at Michigan Speedway, which will conclude Week 9 of the WFO Racing League's racing season, right? Or Week 8? We on Week 8 or
Sure.
Week 9?
Yes.
Week 8.
We are on week 8.
Okay, so it'll conclude Week 8. We're still over halfway through the season, any way you want to look at it.
That is correct. Next week we'll be in Nashville
Next
on
week.
trucks.
Oh, damn. DMS, back in the booth next week. I'm racing Nashville. I'm
Sorry,
racing.
you break it up.
I ain't break shit up. I'm racing Nashville next week.
Kid.
Plus, I'm one light short of coming back to the booth anyway.
I'm not really
Boom.
sure what's happening, but
It doesn't.
I can't.
Matt,
What are you saying?
it all short. It don't work. What I'm saying is I don't have 25 likes, so I ain't coming back anyway. I'm racing next week. But
You will after the drivers get done and they hear all the bitching, and they'll be like, "Oh no!"
through all that, the 31 won the race. Richard Holland, your race winner tonight here at Michigan Speedway.
Let you guys get at your interviews. You have a good night.
Do you have a racing wheel, B&B?
All right, Bert.
Oh,
Thanks
you
for
don't
stopping
need one.
up here and hanging out.
I'll tell you what. You can just download iRace, and you can come in with a keyboard.
Ooh.
Holland burning it down right now. Richard Holland, the race winner, and the top three finish like we called, or like I called. 31. Your race leader, Richard Holland, he won it. Chuck Sweeting second, and look at that, Brandon Showers rounding out the top three here. Chuck's awesome. He's right into the staging room that early. I'm gonna go snatch Holland up here so we can get this show on the road.
I couldn't imagine doing this with a keyboard.
My mouse sucks. It's supposed to be a nice mouse. Richard Holland, we got you up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Vern.
Man, you put a clinic on tonight. You got in the booth last night, and I was confident that you could find your way back in here again, and damn it, you did it.
Yeah, man, that was a hell of a run. I don't know. I was driving it pretty hard there. The thing drove so good early on, and then it got loose at the later as the run went on there. But man, that one was well earned. I'm sweaty.
Well, it looks like you were able to hang on to it, even though it was loose, and I could see the people fighting it off the corner, especially later into the run. So you were able to hold on to it, and you actually improved on your run last night, and you found yourself in victory lane here tonight.
Yeah, I had a pretty good feeling I could run Chuck down there, but I didn't know what I was going to have left when I got there. So, but luckily I was able to get down there in the bottom and get him cleared. And I don't know if he didn't race me very hard there or what, but at the time we weren't even racing for the lead. I didn't know what Tommy's strategy was.
That's right.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what was going to take place, but I was only hoping and praying that Tommy couldn't make it, and Chuck was that was the race for the win. So I wasn't sure at the time.
I was pretty sure that was how it was going to work out, that you guys were racing for the end, and then when I clicked back there, you'd just gotten around them. I'm like, oh, big change there, because that meant when Tommy did pit that you would take over that top spot, and sure enough, that was the race for the win.
Yeah, it just came down to strategy there. We'd pitted and took tires, or the first time didn't, and then pitted late and took tires as the leader. Everybody stayed out, and I was like, ugh, I don't know how this is going to play out, but just a few lap fresher tires, and you could drive that thing to the apron and just drive around them. It was just crazy what a difference it was. So
that was actually one of the things that I was watching that you could do when you went up through that field, because at one point I think I watched you drive through 5 or 6 of them guys to get up front, Richard.
Yeah, I remember passing 5 or 6 people almost in one corner. It was like you just could, if you could get it to the apron like that and make it stick on full throttle, you could just drive around people that, like I say, even 3 or 4 or 5 lap tires on.
Well, I'll tell you, we watched those last laps there, and it looked like you found the cruise control switch on it.
Yeah, it was handling pretty good. I was driving it really hard, getting to Chuck, and once I got around him, I was just trying to maintain basically, and I felt like I was, better enough than he was in the corners that I could stay in front of him. So I was just trying not to overdrive it.
Well, I'll tell you tonight, you're also padding on your points lead, man.
Yeah, I wish this was the playoffs.
So congratulations. We're not far from it. I mean, Brazy just informed me we finished week 8.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
It's crazy that the season is just going by this fast. You're absolutely right about that. What else? I mean, anything else in the race stand out to you? Was there a moment that you thought you might have something to beat these guys, or?
I felt pretty good, once we went green and got a few laps on the tires, and it was a little loose, but I felt pretty comfortable with it. I wasn't driving it really hard. I was just kind of riding in the beginning, and we were staying right with them guys. So, I kind of felt like, if we ever got the track position, got the opportunity to get out front and clean air, that we might be able to hold our own. So, and then of course that later run went on, and then we had the tire advantage, and I just remember thinking, like, man, if this thing stays green, I think we're going to be in good shape. And then of course it came down to pit strategy and a cat and mouse game, at the end there,
Right.
Who's going to pit when, and it was like, well, we don't want to stay out too late because them guys are going to be so much faster with draft, and so, but anyways, we pitted about the right time, I'd say, and it worked out. So
That's perfect, Richard. Congrats on the win you got. Or actually, Brazy, you got anything for him, DMS?
I don't have anything, good race, clean race.
I mean, it's just a fantastic showing as always.
Yep.
As always.
As
Called it
always.
last night, and here you are tonight.
yeah, thanks a lot. I'll be all right if you call some more, maybe every week.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding. Just got me a big
that
vote
was-
right there from the race
Hey,
winner.
hey, you can't be registering votes via Discord.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
Plus
you
the
were-
race, the race is,
Richard
the race is
messaging
over. You said that the
drivers.
counts don't count after
You're
the
the
race
one-
is
it-
over.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
no,
that's
the
right.
race
Votes
is
don't count.
technically not over until the interviews are done. So there you both go. You're
No,
wrong
race
on
is
that.
over.
And Richard Holland won the race, which means he controls all the votes.
Well, and there's 25 likes, so
Well,
Yeah, so
that
you're
just
already
means
back.
somebody's going to be in the booth next week, as all the 25.
You're
likes
already
means.
back.
Nope. I'll be out. I'll be in the car next week, Holland. You have
Nice.
anyone you want to thank while we got you in here?
Yeah, I just want to thank all you guys for doing the broadcasts. Like I say every week, we all enjoy going and watching it. Our family, friends, everybody that supports us likes to watch the races, and you guys give us the opportunity to do that. So we appreciate it. And you guys that run the league, I don't know where McCulley's been this week, but obviously he's got something important going on. But just everybody that has anything to do with the league, putting it on, and these drivers, man, these guys are what makes the racing fun, is all these drivers in the
Yep.
league and the hard, clean racing. Because when you don't have that and it's all cautions or it's all a mess, it's not so much fun, These guys that are out here racing each and every week are what makes it fun. So gotta
You're
thank
exactly
them
right.
and my teammates Rick, TJ, and he raced with us tonight. And just want to thank Hal for letting us be here and be a part of this thing. So.
You're exactly right.
What
too.
kind of percentage, just out of curiosity, because I can't agree with you more, Richard, because, being here for the amount of seasons I have, man, I just watch the talent of these drivers, man. And I hear it in your voice. I hear it in everybody else's voice, how much better this league is getting due to the talent of the drivers. It's just, it's
Well,
actually fun to watch now.
The talent is, there's a lot more people that have come in, and people come and go, and over the
Yeah.
years and the seasons, people come and go, and the talent is there. It's kind of up and down a little bit, but you get guys like Keaton and Austin and their brothers and cousins and Chuck and all them guys that come in here. I mean, they're all fast, so the talent level's there, but the respect is what makes the driving all the way through the field. Like, whether you're fast, you're not fast, you're off the pace, you're, leading, winning races. Everybody seems to have respect in this league and appreciate other people and race each other hard, but race each other clean. And that's what makes it fun. When you know that you can go up there and race wheel to wheel, or side by side, or make a move on a guy, and you're not probably going to wreck, that's what makes it fun. It just,
ding, ding,
and
ding.
you don't get that in a lot of places. You just
Well
don't.
said. Well said.
We worked a long time to get that, and that's what we wanted from the beginning. That's why I do this.
Absolutely, man. It's a lot of fun for us, and I know it puts on a great show for the fans and people watching at home, and so it's great.
Man, I appreciate that. That's probably the kindest words we've heard in a while up here, and I'm not kidding. We hear kind words all the time, Richard, but I've never heard anyone describe it the way you just did. But that's exactly right. It's the people. It's literally the people that we have, and we have people in this league that have been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
There's a reason for that. But congratulations on the win, and congratulations on leading the points too. We're getting up close to the regular season end here.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I think this might be my first win of the season, maybe, but
I believe it is actually. So good job, man.
It is.
Yeah. But it's been a hell of a run in this truck. I've been completely opposite from the car, but this truck we've been very strong and had a lot of good runs in. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, you need to carry that on for about 6 more weeks here. Congratulations. I'm sure it's not your last time in the booth, Richard.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Have a good night.
You too.
Well, didn't mean to cut him off, but we got to move on here. We got a race winner, Richard Holland. He did a great job. Good words about the league. Really good words there. Chuck Sweeting. Got you in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Oh, we were getting through the leaders interview, and I'm like, crap, we got 2 more to go.
Yeah. Well, it's we're all a big family here.
Brazy, you want to take this one? I don't want to cut you off there.
Sure, I can do this one. So, Chuck, we saw you there at the end trying to make a run on Richard. Just wasn't enough there, it looked like. But as far as the rest of the race, you started up there, finished up there. Take us through your strategy on the whole race, and how did it handle? What was your strategy? What did you have to change?
Yeah, the truck was a bit of a handful on the long runs, but I kind of figured out earlier in the race that Richard was just a little bit better than me on the long runs, and so that last pit stop, I tried to short pit a little bit and get a lead, and I was hoping he'd stay out a little bit longer and get caught up in some traffic, and I think he almost did, but he was so damn good that it didn't stop him from getting to me anyway. So, and then once he got by me, it was all I could do just to hang with him, and so congrats to him. It's good to see him get a win, and awesome job by the whole field tonight. Just everybody did such a great job racing. This thing could be a handful sometimes, so it was a lot of fun.
The like we said, we saw you. You started 4th, finished 2nd. Most of the race you were up towards the front. Did you have any problems that you ran into that you were like you didn't know if you were going to get back up, or?
No, not really. I was just hoping that tonight wouldn't go like last night. I was running pretty decent last night and got caught up, and a couple of the teammates got together on the backstretch there, and I was the innocent victim. But it's difficult when there's 3 or 4 guys working together on a track like this where you can draft. It's a big advantage, and we saw that early in the race. The top 3 kind of were pulling away from the field until we had that caution, and then it's kind of hard as an independent driver to fight against that, but you just do the best you can and hope for the best. And then some strategy worked out a little bit for us. Cautions fell in the right place for Richard and I and Rick, and you just got to stick with it all the way to the end. You never know how it's going to turn out, and tonight wasn't a bad night.
That's exactly true. I mean, you did a great race. Stayed, like you said, stayed up front, started up front, stayed up front for most of the race, battled your way back up there, and ended up P2. So congratulations on that. Is there anybody that you would like to thank for tonight's second place?
Yeah, thanks to you for working the admin stuff. You've been doing an awesome job this week, and every week, so last couple of weeks here. Appreciate Vern, DMS, you guys in the booth, all of you. Just big thanks to all the drivers in the league for being, just such great guys. Really, they're clean racers, they're good racers. They keep it on the track, they keep it clean, and you can't ask for more than that in the league. I don't care if I don't win every now and then, but as long as I'm having fun, and they're what makes it a lot of fun. So I appreciate that. You guys have put together one hell of a league, and it's a pleasure twice a week to run in this with these guys. And yeah, I just really, really, really appreciate it. It's good to have fun when you can, and this is one of those leagues I can count on for that.
Yeah, Vern, I figured out what I want to do in life.
What?
I'm gonna be Chuck Sweetie's teammate.
I need one.
I'm scratching
So
my
he
fucking head.
don't have to worry about being out there all by himself.
I am straight up scratching my fucking head now. I tell you, Chuck, I had you pick to win earlier, man. I did.
Oh man, sorry I let you down, but
it's all right. It's all right. I don't know if anyone could have did anybody could have did anything with Holland tonight.
I mean, to be fair, he picked Nation to show up too, and that didn't happen either. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that's a crazy bet. Pick a Nation for anything. Nobody knows what he's going. He don't know what he's going to do.
He don't know what he's going to do. No, he don't.
No, Richard and I battled for a couple of years now, and it's always good to see him win. And he was just better than me tonight. That's just all there was to it. So I did everything I could, and take second and move on from there.
That's it. That's the way to look at it, man, and move on to Nashville. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
What do you think of Nashville?
I like Nashville just because it's different. It's concrete. It's a little bit smaller than a mile and a half, and it's just different from all the other tracks. So it makes it more interesting, a little bit more fun. It's tough getting off of turn 2 and turn 4 there. Turn 4, you can hit that wall really easy. Turn 2, you can overdrive it and burn the right front off. So it's a challenge. It should be a lot of fun, though. It won't be the pack racing like we saw tonight, which is good to me.
That's kind of a blessing, right?
Yeah, we have enough of that between Atlanta, Daytona, and Talladega, so I'm glad that's not going to be the case next week.
I'll turn it back over to you, Brazy. I feel like I hijacked you there.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just gonna, kind of add on to what he's saying and what Richard was saying too. A couple seasons ago, it was kind of the, you guys were at the top almost, quite a few weeks in a row, and now you can see it with the points. You can see it with who's winning. I mean, it's not the same people every week. It is a rotation. There's a general group of people that have been kind of up there, but it's not the same week in and week out. And that makes it nice for the entire league. I mean, it just shows the caliber of drivers that you guys are racing with and how great this league is. And anybody can win and they're showing that. So, I just wanted to kind of add to what you were saying.
Yeah, I agree.
I can win.
Yeah, anybody can.
Anybody but you
can win.
Anyone but you. Jesus.
It is a very high caliber racing. I don't know how to say it, but just exactly what you were saying, Brazy. It's tough. There's a lot of guys in this league that are really, really good. A lot of them are named Wagner, it seems like, too. So.
What are you saying, Chuck? What are you saying?
I'm saying they're tough to beat.
I have a feeling you're slamming me. You said high caliber.
No, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about them. And it's also good to see Keaton back running regularly. He's been off and on with us for a while, and so it's good to see him regular and getting wins and getting good finishes. So, yeah, it's stiff competition out here. So y'all come and join us. Give it your best.
Well,
There you
congratulations on your P2 tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you
All right.
next week in Nashville.
Yeah, see you there, guys. Thanks a lot, and y'all have a good one.
That's perfect. Have a good night, Chuck.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm trying to move him, but my damn my mouse ain't
I'll
working
move him.
right, Brazy. Get Brandon and Randy up here. Brandon Showers, we got you up in a broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, guys?
You put that thing on the podium tonight.
For the first time, for the first time in this in the league
In
that
the
I've been
league.
here.
That's right. We at first time up in the broadcast booth, right?
Yep. This is my first time meeting you guys, talking to you guys.
That is awesome. It's awesome to have you up here. It looked like you and we got Randy up here too, which is your dad, right?
Yes, that is my father.
Yeah, okay, so we got what's going on, Randy? It's not the first time we've talked to you. Man, I'll tell you what, chip off the old block, but he kind of showed the old man what's going on tonight, didn't he?
Yes,
yeah,
I
he did. That last caution he said about pitting, and I said, no, I'm staying out. And he made the right call.
And you're exactly right, and got him up here in the podium in the top three. So the one thing I have noticed, Brandon, is you've been learning a lot, and you're a pretty quick study of it. And running up here in the top three with these guys is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is no lie. When you can hang with Richard Holland and Chuck Sweeney and come in third, that's very impressive.
I'll say this: you guys have a bunch of talented people in here. I mean, it is unbelievable with the amount of talent that's on this whole roster. I mean, week in, week out, it is a struggle to even get a top 10. But lately, it's been just clicking. You know what I mean? So, hoping to get a win here soon.
Finishing up here where you're at now, it's not going to be too long. That's a fact. It's like it just clicks away. Who was I telling that to? Roy Hyden, and he won?
Yep.
I think I told Roy the same thing. And I've noticed that, but I haven't just noticed it with you, Brandon. I've noticed it with your dad, too, Randy. You guys have both. This track, even in the Xfinity car, you both found your way up front.
Yeah, last night was even like I said, it was a fun race, tough race, all in one. You know, fortunate to get a top 10 finish last night as well. You know, and then to get a podium spot here. You know,
well,
I'm happy with that.
It is awesome when we have a driver up in the booth for the first time. It really is, and I've been watching you guys. Obviously I have to because I'm broadcasting, but I mean, in other ways, I've been watching and just seeing the improvement week in and week out and race in and race out. And this is where it's got you, man. I can't wait to see where it takes you.
I appreciate it, man. What's it called? Every morning I watch your guys broadcast at work.
Oh, mercy.
Oh, my goodness. I sit there and laugh, and the guys around me think I'm crazy because I'm sitting there having an earbud in and I'm laughing, you know. But I tell them every day I'm just watching the broadcast from last night's race.
Right. Yeah, we're just trying to have fun, and it's about you guys, though. This league is about the drivers, and when I see somebody, even a couple people that just are gaining momentum every week, it's really impressive to see, and it puts on a great show, and you guys are doing a great job of that.
I appreciate it.
And the top three, though, the podium, to be on the podium and in the booth for the first time, that's even more awesome.
Yeah, I was excited to talk to you guys. I was excited to meet you. I mean, like I said, I watched that broadcast every morning after the race, and I just sit there and I freaking laugh my ass off about you guys. You know, just listening to you guys talk. It's just all the different stories that you guys have during the races, man. Oh my goodness, I could just sit there and watch you guys talk for hours.
We appreciate that. We do. Do you have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth, Brandon?
You guys, you know what I mean? You guys for the broadcast, Michael for setting this up week in, week out. This is my second season. I joined mid-season last year, you know what I mean? So I don't know who all started this, but I mean, I thank you guys for whoever started it all and everything.
I'm one of them.
Well, I appreciate it, Vern.
Yeah,
You created one hell of a league.
Hal Eighmey is the other one. We've been going at it for a while over here at WFO, and we do it for the drivers. I mean, that from the beginning, that's how it was, and I think by running the league the way we have, we just got a really good group of you guys here, and it literally makes my life easier. So thank you guys for that. We do mess around in the booth though, especially with Nation. You'll hear that a lot.
Yeah, where's he at?
That is the question of the.
That's what we've been asking. We think he was abducted again. We're not sure, but I told DMS that Nation was working on a new science experiment. He wants to be the first dude impregnated by aliens.
That's not why you're saying he was in Mexico last week.
But then Bert was in here and he said that he seen Nation running around the pit road with his pants off.
Shit.
And I said the aliens must be there too. And then Brazy informed me that maybe Nation was married to an alien. And then what did you inform me about Brazy, DMS?
What's wrong with that? Brazy's dating one.
So you see where all this was going.
Oh yeah.
That's just how this stuff starts, and it usually starts with Nation up to no good. That's how it always starts. It's if you go back at any broadcast since 2017 or 18, it was always Nation up to no good. It was Nation up to no good in his shenanigans, but congratulations, man, on the podium. It's always good to have you, your father there, Randy, in the booth. It's awesome, man. It's good to talk to you too, you again, Randy, too.
Yeah, thanks for pulling me up here. I was just hanging out with him in the stage room till he got pulled up here, and I was just gonna jet on out. But
no,
I appreciate.
I wasn't gonna let you jet out. Your kid's up in the top 3. You're getting up in the booth too, man.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Plus, I remember your first interview with Nation.
Oh yeah, that's why I said I do. I'm waiting for his mailing address here. I got a bag of goodies for him.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember that. Nation's funny as hell. But he, I don't know where he's at. I was telling them guys that I haven't heard from him in a week. Wow.
Maybe he got abducted.
He could have. Maybe his science experiment's working.
Could be.
Maybe it's working, or worse off, he went for a quarter pounder, right, DMS?
Yep.
We know how that ends, and if it's a second offense, he'll be gone for a little while.
He's trying to figure out if the Junior Whopper's cheaper.
Yeah. The worst part about it is he never got the quarter pounder.
I know.
Maybe he got the McGangbang.
That's a good one right there. What would that be, Brazy? The kerfuffle? The McKerfuffle?
The McKerfuffle.
I don't know. Thank you guys, though. Congrats, Brandon. Celebrate that with your father there, and you guys have a good night, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It was nice meeting you guys as well.
You too. I'm sure we're going to talk to you up here a lot more.
Hope so. You guys have a good night.
You too.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Congratulations, Brandon.
Well, another fantastic race, Vern.
It was a good one. It really was. Did I move Brazy? Oh my God, my mouse is fucked. I'll try moving back up here. Brazy, you back up? My mouse is fucked. It moved both of you. I moved him and you at the same time.
I just figured it was like, well, I guess I'm done.
Yeah, B&B. Ha ha. Bye bye, Brazy. Damn, that was funny. Good. I like those guys, by the way.
I do too.
I like those guys, and I do remember Nation's first interview with him, and you were probably here, DMS. That shit was funny. It was funny. It was just a week or two ago it happened. Probably last time
Yeah,
Nation was in here.
Yeah.
It probably was the last time Nation was in here. So Richard Holland able to who would have thought it would have took 8 races in season 15 for the 31 to find victory lane?
That right there is simply amazing. And
8
it's not
races.
to take anything away from Richard or any other drivers. It's just
No, they haven't gotten slower. That's the thing. They're not going slower.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and not only that, Richard, this is his first win, and Chuck doesn't have a win yet either.
Right. And we're
Can you
8
believe
races into the season.
Chuck Sweeting does not have a win in season 15 yet.
Exactly. And these guys,
Unbelievable.
these guys didn't just lose talent overnight. They're not slower. They're still just as fast, and Holland proved that tonight. But it is so tough to win. It's so tough to win, and these guys really got to work hard for it now. And it just puts on it's great racing. It's been a really good season. It's been probably one of the better seasons, I would say.
Yeah.
Because
I couldn't agree more.
You've got so many drivers that are talented and capable of winning. And when you see kids like Brandon Winning come up and literally Brandon Showers come up and just literally every week just get stronger and stronger, you know what's coming. You got another.
Well, and I wasn't pulling any punches either. I mean, to sit third behind Richard Holland and Chuck Sweeney,
that's not an easy job.
That is not an easy job. There's 30 other cars out there that couldn't do it.
Yep. You're exactly right. That's not an easy job. It's not an easy job to run with those guys. And he that kid though, he's gaining momentum week in and week out, and I think we're going to see another player pretty soon up there in the front.
Well, I know what we will see.
What's that?
We're going to see you in the booth next Tuesday because not only did you get the likes, but you won the votes. Congratulations, Vern.
The vote was rigged, so that whole election was canceled. The likes.
No, you can't cancel the vote because
I'm going to check with
the outcome.
I'm going to check with YouTube to see if these likes are even authentic. I think bots did it. I'm going to report bots to YouTube on the likes because I think the bots did that. There's no way we're ending with 27 likes and fucking 5 viewers.
Yeah. Hey.
We can't end with 5 viewers and 27 likes. Come on, DMS.
Like I said, I'm just congratulating you.
Well, I still have points to do. B&B, we'd love to see you join the WFO Racing League on iRacing, and we'll even do what we can to help you. And you just
absolutely, you
got to come in. It's bots. It's definitely bots. Those likes are bots. It's fake. They're fake likes, DMS. But make sure you come in with the keyboard when you start racing, the keyboard and mouse, and wreck all the guys. Just, right? Wreck them.
At least your first race.
The first race, right. Your first race, just wreck them, and you might get shit donated to you after that. You might get a steering wheel donating to you. Just say, look, I'm sorry, I'm on a keyboard and mouse. I don't have no money. And next thing you know, they'll be like, what's your address? And you get a steering wheel and,
pedal. As a matter of fact, I got pedals and a steering wheel right here.
I was glitching out because my fucking computer won't run this right. Next thing you know, you get a computer show up at your door. That's how you get free shit. Unfortunately, probably wouldn't even have to try. It would just happen. It probably would just happen, but it would work out so much better for you. You don't understand.
Yeah.
People will. The best part about
she has an advantage.
Not even will they do all that DMS, but they'll tell you how to get fucked and where to get fucked.
Yep.
They will.
She definitely has an advantage over guys.
When you wreck them, they will tell you how and where to get fucked. They literally will.
You wreck them, and they'll be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay."
That's exactly what they'll do. And if I wrecked them, they'd be like, "You fucking something." They cuss me out, DMS.
Yeah, I know.
If she wrecked them, they'll be, "Oh, it's all right." I think what the problem is you don't need a keyboard and mouse. Let me just go ahead and send you a direct drive. I got an extra one here. Boobs. The boobs,
Answer to everything.
the boobs got caught in the steering wheel and she couldn't turn. That's what it was. The boobs got caught in the steering wheel and she couldn't turn it. But you're right, DMS. She could wreck every one of them and they wouldn't be mad because we've seen it happen.
Damn right we have.
Richard Holland was leading a race. What happened, DMS?
Boobs.
And he wasn't even that mad, was he?
Nope.
That's
like, oh, it happens.
It happens. That's what he said. It happens.
It happens.
You just wonder what kind of idiot let her in there. Who done that?
That would be you.
Oh, it's
I'm
good.
trying to throw you out there under the bus. But
That would be you, he said. I'm not. I was part of it. I'm not going to lie about that. I was definitely part of that deal, but I didn't solely let her in here. It was discussed, and we made an executive decision that she could race.
There you go.
And for a couple other drivers, it ended badly. It did. I'm unapologetic about it, though. I'm not going to apologize for it. I think it was worth it. That was the first female we've had race over here, and I would love to see women join. I really would. I would like to see women get more involved with sim racing and get more involved with iRacing in general, because that's one thing that iRacing does lack, and it always has for the most part. And I don't think it's because they're women that they can't be competitive, because I think they could be just as competitive as men are. And the advantage is people won't get as mad at them because they got boobs.
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 Exactly.
Boobs win every time, don't they, DMS?
Amen.
If you don't have them, you just...
I could be as mad as hell at my wife. Boobs. And I instantly forgot what I was mad
you
about.
instantly forget what you're mad about. That's exactly right. That's just how it works. It's not right. It's just not fair.
You're having a bad morning, bad day, and boobs, and things are better.
So I found out today that apparently there's aliens with Brazy and Nation trying to get pregnant by an alien. And where else are the aliens at, DMS? Are they just taking everything over now?
That's not a conversation for YouTube.
I think that AI are aliens.
Think so?
I do.
You might be onto something.
I think the AI are aliens. I don't think it's anything human done.
So it's alien intelligence instead of...
Right. Artificial intelligence.
Artificial.
That's right. I think we got another Y-Files episode coming up with that one. You ever see the Y-Files on YouTube?
No.
You have to check it out. He covers every conspiracy theory.
Oh, yeah. I think I have seen that.
He's got like 6 million fucking subscribers, man. But he covers every... I think AI is alien. I don't think it's human. You can agree or disagree with me on that, or put your tinfoil hat on. I don't care, but I think AI is alien. What do you think, Brazy?
Whatever you think is whatever it is.
No, it's not whatever I think is whatever it is. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Well, that's what I mean. It's whatever each one person thinks is whatever it is. My son hates AI, and I kind of like some of it. There's some of it I dislike, but
I didn't say I didn't like AI. I just said I believe it's alien. It kind of come out of nowhere. It ain't like one day we woke up and we said, oh, well, we got this, we're going to do this AI, and that they worked on it for 30 years. That didn't happen.
I mean, you could argue that there's been steps and
there wasn't no fucking
and
steps when them were released, were there, DMS?
Nope.
None. There weren't no steps to that. Chat GPT existed, did it not?
Correct.
Did it kind of just come out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden you had ChatGPT, right? It didn't come from nowhere is what I'm trying to tell you. It come from fucking aliens. That Nation told me.
Oh, geez.
He would know. He's the one getting probed by him.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know that this is the end of the broadcast, though. When we get talking about the AI going alien shit, we got to quit. But we appreciate everyone that tuned in. I'm going to investigate the 27 likes. I think they're bots. I really do. But
definitely not bots.
I'll investigate that. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking the broadcast. We hope you enjoy the show. Both put on by the drivers and up here in the broadcast booth. Just because we love doing this so much. So that's going to do it for the broadcast, though. We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Later.
Have a good night, everybody.
I can't stop the broadcast because my mouth don't work.